Hanchinal, he is the former chairperson of Protection of Plant Varieties and Farmer Rights Authority, Government of India, and also served as Vice Chancellor, University of Agricultural Sciences, Dharwad, and other key posts, namely Director of Extension, Director of Research, Special Officer, SITS, etc. He was advisor to Indonesia government for the development of food crop research and also served as senior seed production specialist for the USAID West Africa Seed Alliance ICRISHED and established commercial seed industry in 5 countries. He also worked as honorary research fellow and consultant of Biodiversity International, Rome, India office, New Delhi. As a vice chancellor, he established a new agriculture college, BTech Food Science and Technology degree program at Dharwad, and for the first time established.
Bafshila,
yes, sir.
I think we are.
Yes.
You leave it. We'll start the program. Huh?
Okay, sir.
No need for my biodata to read. Huh? If you agree.
Okay, sir. Then I will. Yeah. Okay, sir. Then please continue.
Lecture, okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm sorry we are late by 5 minutes, but even then I'll make it up. Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay.
First of all, I thank the organizers, Dr. Raja and Bafshila, for providing me an opportunity to attend as a resource person in this webinar. And I'm very much grateful to you all for providing me an opportunity to speak on today the present situation of seed testing laboratories in India and way forward. And also, whether you can hear my presentation?
Yes, sir. It is audible. The slides are in the normal mode, sir. Slides.
I'll zoom it. I'll zoom it. Can you see now? Hello.
No, sir. It's not coming.
You're unable to see my slides?
We can see, sir, but then it is not in full screen mode.
So full screen mode I put now. Actually, I put in full screen.
You have to escape once, close the screen. Once again, you have to share the screen from the full screen mode.
Okay. I'll do. Your 1 minute. Can you see my slides now?
Yes, sir. Now full screen mode, sir. You can continue.
Okay, thank you very much. So I'll be speaking for an hour or so on this aspect. And I am once again thankful to all of you for providing me an opportunity. And 1 minute, slides are not moving. Slides are not moving. Yes, yeah. Can you see my slides?
Sir, it is moving. It is moving, sir.
Okay. Yeah. Now, just before going into the seed testing laboratories, the present situation in India, and how best you can make business out of it, I would like to just give the brief outlines or introductory remarks about our agriculture and how seed has helped us to achieve the green revolution. You know, now we are producing more than what we need the food crops production. That is from 50 millions to now we are producing almost around 300 million tons. And horticulture production also has increased manifold from 87 million tons to now almost more than 300 million tons. And we are producing more in horticulture than the agriculture crops. That is one very interesting thing. And previously, we used to import a lot of things. Now from ship to mouth, now we are surplus to export. That's how green revolution really acclaimed as a successful enterprise of farmers, scientists, and also the government. And in addition to green, in recent years, we achieved again the pulse sufficiency in pulse production also. And for all these things, the most important thing is the seed, that is the timely availability of quality seeds of improved varieties and hybrids at right place in adequate quantities in required pocket size. That is very important, particularly for the northeastern hills region where the land holdings are very small, and that too, it should be available at affordable price, which if that is there, then it can realize for the better performance and decides the health of the Indian agricultural economy. Can you see the slides now? Can you see the slides?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
My voice also?
Yes, sir. Very good, sir.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Now coming to this, I said seed is very important. Now let us know about the seed. Seed is the critical input in agriculture and acts as a catalyst for everything. And with the direct contribution of the seed is around 20%. And if you give the increased inputs along with the seed, like the fertilizer, then the irrigation and other things, your yield level will be more than 45%. This is the importance of the seed. That's why you use this as a catalyst for other inputs. And this importance of seed quality is recognized since many, many years. And 400 BC before, there was one great person called Parasar. He said, you see, if at all you have to get more yield, so it is the seed, quality seed, which plays an important role. And like that, Manu also, in Manusmriti has written, Subijam Sukhetre Jayate Sampadayate, in the sense, in good land, if you put good quality seed, and certainly your yield levels will be more. That is the importance of the seed. And really, this seed and seed business started in India only after 1960s. When our agricultural production was hardly about 50 million tons, then the Rockefeller Foundation came to India in 1955. They worked on how to boost the productivity. And at that time, Rockefeller Foundation suggested to have the coordinated type system of research, and they started the maize research and developed 4 hybrids, and how to multiply the seeds of the hybrids. That was the important thing. Then they started, we should have to have some seed production agency. And in 1963 or so, they established this National Seeds Corporation. And then they thought how to maintain the quality. And for that, the government of India enacted the act called the Seed Act in 1966. And rest is the story. And before independence, we are not having even a single private seed company. But today, we have more than 600 organized seed companies. This was possible mainly because of the development of new seed policies, and also by enacting the national seed policy in 2002, which helped to promote the seed business in India. And in addition to that, we have well established seed regulations and also the legislative framework. And again, if you establish the corporations and other things, but the seed producing agencies, but at the same time, seed quality is very important. And for that purpose, seed certification agencies were also established. Now, as on today, there are around more than 20, maybe 20, 100, or 25 or so. And the notified seed testing labs were also established, and to have the better quality systems. As and today on records, 130 notified seed testing labs are there. But again, if you go in detail, it is more than 30 which are not actually in records. In some of the universities and the research institutes, we have more than we have around some 10 notified labs and amounting it to 140 or so. I'll tell in detail about this. And also we have now 8, not 6, 8 ISTA accredited laboratories. I'll cover afterwards. And also there are 18 members, member labs in the process of accreditation. That also I'll cover in detail. And we have 4 referral laboratories. And also India is a member of OECD schemes, ISTA and ITBJRFA. ITBJRFA means International Treaty for Plant Genetic Resources for Food and Agriculture. And we have recognized 5 schemes, and also enlisted more than 160 crops to make business. And in addition to this, we have well established exemption policy also. And because of this, really we could achieve a lot in the seed industry from almost, from 1960 to the current situation. Current situation is presently, as I said, more than 600 companies are working along with the public institutions, and the private sector is far ahead than us. If you take 2000 data, 2001 data, the public institutes used to produce around almost 54% of the seeds, and presently the 54% of the seeds, even it is more than 54, is being produced by the private agencies. They are so strong now, and they have R&D system also with them, and about 15 to 18% budget is also their budget is on research and development. And as a result of the public systems research mainly, and of course private institutions are also involved in development of extant notified varieties. And so far we have released around more than 8,000 varieties. This is through AICRP systems. In addition to that, the private companies, they have developed many varieties, and that list doesn't include here. Variety means it includes hybrids also. And now, what is the present situation? Just I would like to say, now our seed industry is considered in the globe as a vibrant industry and consisting of players. I told 57% of the players are from private sector, and only 43% is from public sector. This is one very good development that has happened because of the new seed policy 2002, and also the 1988-89 we could the seed development policy that we brought in. And presently the public sector in general is dealing with high value, low value crops like rice, wheat, then pulses, groundnut, etc. Whereas the private sector is more engaged with low value and high value seeds like the vegetables and the some hybrids in maize and other crops. But also, since public system is has developed very good varieties, and now the private companies are coming forward to take them, and they are signing an MOU with public institutions for licensing of our varieties. And there is a great scope for other crops like soybean. Why I mentioned soybean is in northeastern hills region, soybean can be introduced, and it will be one of the best crop if you introduce there, and which has the protein content of 42% and oil content of around 20 to 22%. Hence, if you take the seed industry at a global level, US stands first, followed by China, France, Brazil, and then we come. And our contribution to global seed industry is only around 4.4%. And there is a great scope to increase, because here we have the temperate climate, tropical climate, as well as the subtropical climate, and we can produce the temperate crops tropical crops and all. So this is one of the benefits that we have to go ahead. And now the seed replacement rate compared to 2004 and 5, there is a lot of improvement in the seed replacement rate also in the recent years. Now, for this, all these things, we should have to have the good regulatory framework for seed quality assurance. Then only we can achieve all these things. You know, as I said, in public sector, the National Seed Corporation was established in 1963 to produce the seeds of the hybrids developed in the public system. And at the same time, state level, as on today, 19 state seed corporations and are there, and to see the quality testing and seed quality, as I said already, there are 22 seed certification agencies. And in addition to that, somebody should act as a national referral laboratory, and for that purpose, and also the training and other things. And for that purpose, the central seed testing laboratories were established. There are 2 in India, and also the national referral laboratories, particularly for the GM crops and LMOs, to detect the presence or absence of GMPs and LMPs. There are 4. And seed testing laboratories, as I said, there are more than 130 are there in India, and these are providing requisite strength in serving the seed industry and farmers. There are few more seed testing laboratories, as I said, notified by the respective states, but they are not included in the list of this NSRTC. This is mainly because these laboratories are not regularly sending 5% of their seed samples for uniformity testing to Central Seed Testing Laboratory, Varanasi. That's how they are not being included. And this, the 5% of the seeds every year sending to CSTL is a mandatory. And I hope with this lecture, you will be convincing your state agencies, the seed testing laboratories, particularly located in ICR institutes and universities, to tell them to send the 5% of their seed samples for testing, uniformity testing to Varanasi. And then seed testing in India. Let us see what is the present situation of seed testing in India. As you know, seed testing is an essential aspect of quality of seed program. Without, the quality seed testing, you cannot estimate the quality. The Enforcement of Seed Act 1966 provided the formal system of seed quality control for the first time in India. And Section 4, Subsection 2 of Seed Act 1966 empowers the state governments to establish one or more seed testing laboratories in the states. That's how in many universities and ICR institutes, the notified seed testing laboratories are established. And what is the duty of the seed testing laboratories? First one is service to the certification agencies set up under Section 8 of the Seed Act for certification and validation of foundation and certified seeds. This is number 1. Then second duty is analysis of the service samples, that is seed users and producers of quality seeds other than certified seed, getting the seed samples tested to obtain the results to be used as information for seed selling or labeling purpose under the Section 2, Subsection 1 of Seed Act, Seed Rules 1968. For that purpose, the service samples analysis is very much needed. And third one is seed law enforcement samples. That is, if there is any problem, if the seed inspector sends the seed So it has to be analyzed to determine the compliance of the labeling requirements under Section 7 of the Seed Act 1966. Now let us see what is the seed testing network in India. The importance of seed testing was realized during the second 5-year plan period, and the Central Seed Testing Laboratory was established in the Eastwell Botany Division of IRI 1955. When we started the AICRP Maize First, that is All India Coordinated Maize Improvement Program, and they also felt that we should have to have the seed testing laboratory, and it was established at the Division of Botany in 1955. There was no Division of Seed Science and Technology at that time. The importance of seed testing laboratory has been well recognized under the Section 4, subsection 2 of Seed Act 1966. All of you know perfectly, there is no need to explain. As per the Seed Act 1966, quality seed must satisfy the requirements of Indian minimum seed certification standards. Many times it was revised, and 2013 the book was brought out, and again they are going to revise this by including some more information on the Indian minimum seed certification standards. India is the member of ISTA since 1961 and carries seed sampling and testing as per ISTA rules of the seed sampling and testing. As you know, ISTA certification is well recognized certification for exporting the seeds, and also this assures the quality of these seeds. In 1968, there were 23 seed testing laboratories in the country, but presently, as I said, there are more than 130 which are engaged in evaluation of seed quality of varied field and horticultural crops across the country under the administrative control of the State Department of Agriculture or Horticulture, and also the National Seed Corporation, then the State Seed Corporation, State Seed certification agencies, public sector cooperatives, and also the state agricultural universities and ICR institutes. Even in KVKs, the seed testing laboratories have been established. And all the seed testing laboratories of the State Department of Agriculture, Horticulture, and seed certification agencies, all those things are on record with the NSRTC or NASI. But the problem is, in some of the organizations, though they possess notified seed testing laboratories, are not on record, leading to the confusion on number of notified seed testing laboratories in India. We say on record it is 130, but if you see practically, there are more than 130. Hence, all the, particularly the KVKs and the universities, they should, and also the ICR Research Institute, if at all seed testing laboratories are there, they have to intimate to the NSRTC so that they can put on the record. And NSRTC or NASI is the nodal agency for all these things. As per the Seed Act 1966, notified seed testing laboratories are authorized to conduct sampling, physical purity testing, moisture testing, germination testing in seed lots offered for certification purpose, and as well as handling, testing of samples pertinent to seed law enforcement. During 2017-18, around 419 lakh quintals of quality seed was made available, and there has been a steady increase in the availability of quality seeds in the country during recent years. But the only problem is there are a lot of mismatches. Say, for example, in case of soybean, you want improved variety, you are not getting the seeds, but the old variety seeds are made available. So we may have to still work on this to see that these the seeds of the quality seeds of improved varieties, which are notified very recently, last 3-4, though we say 10 years before the release, but if 3-4 years before they are released, and if we can supply the seeds, certainly that will help in boosting our production and productivity. For this, the several measures have been taken by the Government of India to strengthen the seed testing laboratories. In terms of physical infrastructure and manpower have been provided with huge budget for strengthening the seed quality control system in the country. Even the molecular, the DNA fingerprinting labs also have been established in some of the STLs. This is to improve the uniformity in results throughout the country. The CSTL, that is Central Seed Testing Laboratory located in Varanasi, is acting as a referee and guiding force for uniformity of results, framing of rules, and checking the seed quality in the country. In case of GM crops, every seed lot needs to be tested for the trait purity. That's why I said all the seed testing laboratories, though they are notified, but they are to be, recorded with the CSTL Varanasi, so that they can also consider your center and include in their data. The private seed companies, which are quite conscious about high quality seeds being offered to farmers, have their own in-house facilities to check the trait purity. You can, if you visit some of the private companies like Indo-American Seeds, Namdhari Seeds, or even the Kaveri, and so many, you find very better than the public institutions. They have the facilities, because if there is any problem, then the whole their seed lot will be blacklisted. That's why they are very particular. And in addition to these, the laboratories, the GM testing laboratories in Nagpur, we have the other 4 more national referral laboratories to detect the presence or absence of genetically modified plants and also living modified organisms. And now I would like to give you the list of the seed testing laboratories located in India. In Andhra Pradesh, there are 3. I have given the list also. And in Madhya Pradesh, there are 4. You can read the list. And in Telangana state, there are 4. Very recently, the Telangana State Seed and Organic Certification Agency got the accreditation from ISTA, that I am going to cover afterwards. And Haryana, there are 2. And in Tamil Nadu, really they are very quality conscious and very strictly they maintain the quality of the seeds, and their seed testing laboratories also very good facilities. In fact, I had an opportunity in one of the projects to review the seed testing laboratories of southern states, wherein I could visit most of the seed testing laboratories in Tamil Nadu. Really, I was very much impressed. There are now, as and today, there are 33 seed testing laboratories. It is worth to see their DNA fingerprinting lab at Directorate of Agriculture, Coimbatore. And likewise, there is in Telangana state also, I was very much impressed with one of the seed testing laboratory, which is located in near Karimnagar or somewhere. I mean, not in Hyderabad only, that is the Telangana state DNA fingerprinting laboratory. That is also, it is worth seeing. They are very systematically, the work is going on. And in Jharkhand, there is only 1 seed testing laboratory. In Bihar, there are 8 laboratories, and Puducherry also 1. And in Uttarakhand, there are 6 laboratories. Delhi, there is 1. Meghalaya, 1. Tripura, 1. Chhattisgarh, 1. Maharashtra, there are very good laboratories. There are 8. In Kerala, there are 2. And in Uttar Pradesh, there are 13 seed testing laboratories located at different places. And in Kashmir, there are 2. In Karnataka, there are 8 in West Bengal, 5, Assam, 4, then Rajasthan, 7, Mizoram, 1, Odisha, 5, Gujarat, 3. So, and all these are the laboratories which amount to 130. And in addition to that, this, in Andhra Pradesh, I said already, DNA fingerprinting and transgenic crops monitoring lab, yeah, it is in Guntur, and it is in Guntur. And also NBPJR has the referral lab in Delhi, and Kerala also they have a lab, and Punjab we have lab. These are the 4 national referral laboratories to detect the presence or absence of genetically modified plants or living modified organisms. And coming to the central referral laboratories, as I said, there are 2. In Maharashtra, in Nagpur, the Central Institute of Cotton Research, Nagpur, to test the presence of BT gene, there is 1 referral lab. And in Uttar Pradesh, that is in NSRTC, Varanasi itself, there is 1 lab, so amounting to 2. So 2 central referral labs and 4 referral labs to detect the presence and absence of GMPs and LMOs, amounting totally to 130 laboratories. Now, I can give you the some gist of the situation of the some of the few laboratories. Just I have taken as a random sampling, and I'm telling you here. One is the the analysis of situation of Central Seed Testing Laboratory, that is at a national level, which is located in Varanasi, which is known as the National Seed Research and Training Center. And I think all of you should visit that. Very nicely it is maintained and doing good work also. And this was established under Government of India, Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, Department of Agriculture Cooperation and Farmers Welfare during October 2005. And before this, CSTL was in Delhi, and due to some reasons it was not functioning properly, so they shifted it to Varanasi. The main objective of establishment of this the National Seed Research and Training Center is to have a separate National Seed Quality Control Laboratory, which can serve as Central Seed Testing Laboratory, as well as to act as a referral laboratory for honorable court of the entire country. This is very important. If there are any legal issues, this acts as a referral laboratory. And also this, the National Seed Research and Training Center is specially designed for continuous dissemination of knowledge of seed, thereby improve the skill, competency, and scientific soundness of individuals engaged in seed development program by organizing the number of training programs and also the seminars and other things. This Central Seed Testing Laboratory, Varanasi, is coordinating and monitoring the functioning of all seed testing laboratories, provided you are listed there, in maintaining the uniformity in seed testing results among all STLs at national level in order to obtain uniformity in seed quality regulation at the national level. That's why you have to send 5% of the samples. In addition, this CSTL monitor the market seeds. Just they will randomly select the samples and check for the seed quality, and through purchasing and seed samples from various seed selling points, and they will do the testing, and then if there is any problem, immediately they will conspectate also. More importantly, for facilitating international seed movement, this is very important for export movement. NSRTC And this central seed testing laboratory is making efforts to become member laboratory of ISTA. I could see their facility for testing and issuing international seed movement certificates on behalf of the government of India. And we see the where is in NSRTC, it is around 7 kilometers away from the heart of the city. That is, you can say, the Banaras Hindu University. And it is located on this Varanasi Allahabad GT road, which is very commonly known as collectory farm. They have very good facilities, one should see. The seed testing facilities have been established with total area of nearly 10,000 square meters, along with an exclusive 10 acres farm for conducting growth tests, which is very important. And also, this center possesses about 21 hectares for conducting the other tests also. Then NSRTC is acting as a national center for training human resource, which I said already, for the officials who are all involved in seed testing, seed quality testing, and also law enforcement and stakeholders of the seed industry. And for them, it is regularly organizing the national trainings, workshops, national seed congress, etc. Just already said, for the benefit of the officials involved in seed development and also quality control system, etc. The institute possesses, as I said already, the facilities such as conference and seminar halls, workshops, classrooms, and exclusive ISTA member laboratory, museum, and also very good laboratory. And these are the facilities just I mentioned here. They have good the molecular markers testing lab also they have, and the seed processing unit is there, small seed processing unit is there, and for the those who come there for attending the trainings and other things, they have very good hostel facility also. Now coming to the next very important institute in this NSRTC is, that is the Central Seed Testing Laboratory, which is known as National Seed Testing Laboratory. The testing of seed material will be flowing from different state seed corporations as well as seed processing organizations for physical purity, seed health, and later stage the genetic purity. So I said, 5% seeds that is sent from all these states, it will go there. And at present, the mandate of this CSTL is to receive 5% samples from seed producing organizations all over the country. And in addition, CSTL already said acts as a nodal center for conducting the activities of seed quality control programs on behalf of Government of India in accordance with the acts and rules and with the state notified seed testing laboratories. The analysis capacity, that is seed testing analysis capacity of the laboratory, is around 21,000 seed samples per year, with average flow of 1,760 samples per month, particularly immediately after the harvest more samples come, and in lean months, very less samples come. The seed samples from different state seed testing laboratories and also randomly drawn from CSTL are being analyzed, and just have given the building and other things to see the facilities. And this is, just I took the data for 3 years. Though they have more than 21,000 seed samples and analysis capacity, they are unlike their range varies from the 14,000 to 20,000 or so. Though it is mandatory that all notified seed testing laboratories from different states have to send 5% of their samples to CSTL for uniformity testing, but practically it is not happening. As a result, the CSTL does not have the correct list of notified seed testing laboratories. Again and again, I'm repeating this one. The delay in sending the results tested referral samples from CSTL to respective state seed testing, the CSTLs is not serving the purpose as referral samples data for informative cross checking, as by the time the results are made available, the seed lots have been marketed. This is one of the problems I think we should, everybody should look into it. Though good facilities are available for GOT and 10 acres land is exclusively earmarked for the same, but the GOT conducted is very less there. Now coming to our Indian Institute of Seed Science, IISS, and there also they have very good facilities. And here, no, this was established in 2004, and it is, as you know, it is the premier institute in the domain of seed technology, leading to the coordination of seed science research and quality seed production in the country under the ambit of ICAR. This national institute is coordinating two mega seed programs also, you know, there is no need to tell. In addition to the seed technology research, this premier institute is involved in the area of capacity building, just like NSRTC, they are also conducting a lot of training programs to the researchers. And during the past 4 years, conducted 28 very good, programs, 28 national and 6 international training programs. Some of you must have attended their program also. This IISS MAU has the state-of-art seed technology laboratory for carrying out the tests, including GMO detection, and they have well laid out farm of 15 acres with very good irrigation facilities. Then seed processing facilities are also very good. And with all the facilities and well qualified staff, this institute laboratory has not been notified presently, and they are trying for that. The institute has well equipped DNA laboratory with well qualified scientists and technical staff. With the present facilities, the laboratory can easily analyze around 600 samples annually, and they have applied for the ISTA membership. I'll come afterwards. However, during the actually they very interestingly, the institute applied for membership during 2014, but due to some problems, they could not, because they did not renew their membership, and now they have become very active. And since 2019 onwards, I think in another few years they will become the members of the ISTA lab. And presently, as the laboratory is not notified, the facility is only confined to the seed analysis of farm seed production samples and service samples from farmers' participatory seed production program. This is what the details I have gathered, the number of samples received by that institute, and what is the analysis and other things. Now coming to the national seed, there are two associations. Now again, they are almost merged, but since I collected the data, I thought I should inform you about this one. That is National Seed Association of India, which was established in 2007. And presently, they have around 450 members spread across 18 states in India. Among 450 members are the 10 state seed associations, also state seeds association. They are also the members with this. And as on today, 232 seed companies, they have paid money, because membership, if they paid, then only they will become their membership will be continued. And out of all this, 232 companies with less than 10 crore rupees business, 35 seed companies with 10 to 50 crore rupees business, 10 companies with 51 to 100 crore rupees annual business turnover, and 3 companies with 101 to 200 crore turnover, and 3 companies with more than 200 crore rupees business are presently active members of the organizing. And NSA is very active in bringing news, and also they conduct a lot of conferences, seminars, and special lectures, regular training programs, and etc. I think some of you must have attended. This organization has organized 9 national level seed congresses every year for the benefit of all the members. So far, their inception, they are organized around 9, and NSI is much interested in acting as independent body for seed quality assurance, and they are also showing a lot of interest to have the ISTA lab there. No, another this one, the association, that is the Federation of Seed Industries of India, and now both of them, they are trying to merge. That is a different issue. Just I thought I should give the information, and it is a 40-member led association who are mainly concentrating on the research and development and engaged in the production of high performance quality seed for food, feed, and fiber in India. And it is a newly formed organization in 2017. It was break away from that one, and it has come. And it is also one of the good association. And they also would like to have this one. And if they merge, at least both of them together can have one ISTA laboratory. And now coming to the international seed testing laboratory, just I would like to give some information on that. This ISTA is an intergovernmental organization established in 1924 at Zurich, Switzerland, adopts and publish standard procedures for sampling and testing of seeds and provides standards for domestic and international trade. If at all you would like to have international trade, if you have ISTA certification, even under OECD program also, you can simply move there. ISTA standards have been adopted across the world, including India, to ensure the supply of quality seeds to the farming community. Currently, 81 countries around the world are the members of ISTA, with 400 committed scientists and seed analysts. ISTA is committed to developing seed standards and promoting uniform application of these standards for domestic and international seed trade. And also this international organization, intergovernmental organization, works in coordination with the other international organizations such as the FAO, UPAV, that is the International Union for particularly for the protection of new varieties of plants. That is just like this gives IPR, and OECD, and ISF and OFSA and other regional associations. With more than 130 member laboratories, ISTA membership is truly a global network and entitled to issue ISTA international seed analysis certificates and to work together to achieve the vision of uniformity in seed quality evaluation worldwide, which boosts the productivity. Looking to the importance of this ISTA certification in promotion, use of quality seeds of both domestic and international trade, Government of India has encouraged the Indian seed industry to get ISTA accreditation, and in this regard, Government of India is supporting a lot, particularly to the public institutions. As a result, as many as 9 public institutions and 9 commercial companies have become the members of ISTA and participating in proficiency tests to get the entitlement of this ISTA accredited laboratories. Out of that, 9 in public, 1 at Hyderabad, Telangana state, and 1 private commercial seed industry, they got the membership. Now the 8 in public, 8 in this one commercial seed industry are yet to get, who are trying for getting the membership. Presently, there are 6 now you should correct it, 6 to 8 laboratories accredited by ISTA, of which two, not one, two belongs to public sector. One is in Coimbatore, the other one is in Hyderabad, Rajendra Nagar, Hyderabad. Now here I have given 6. Kindly, I had put under 2 also, but somehow it is missing here. So these are the 6 ISTA accredited laboratories. The other 2, one is in Telangana state and the other one is in Maharashtra. That is a private company. So Bijo Sheetal, then Indo-American seeds, Maharashtra seeds, that is Mahiko, then Namdari seeds, Nujivudu seeds, and these are 5, and another one colors, maybe colors seeds. They are the 6 laboratories accredited, ISTA accredited laboratories in private sector, and 2, that is one is in Coimbatore, that is Department of Agriculture, and another one is in Telangana state, wherein our good friend Dr. Keshavlu is the director of that one, the Telangana State Seed and Organic Certification Agency. And now let us see the public sector accredited seed testing laboratory. I was very much impressed. I visited this lab in 2020 or so. They are doing very good work. This Tamil Nadu seed testing laboratory, which is in the public sector. And this is the lady, I have forgotten her name, maybe Anita or so. She is doing wonderful work, and in fact, she is helping in organizing a lot of training programs from their end. Now, the best lab in private sector, what I could see was at Indo-American hybrid seeds, and since many years it is working. That is, it became the member of ISTA during that is accreditation they got in 1999. Member in 99 and got the accreditation in 2002. Since then, they are working, and in fact, at international level, they are conducting a lot of training programs also. And I think I'll be circulating this. You can going through my presentation, you can learn, and you can see here some of the international, the trainees, scientists, researchers. They have come here to undergo the training for ISTA methodologies and other things. The state-of-art equipments and laboratories can be seen in this Indo-American hybrid seeds ISTA elaborated laboratory. And another one is ISTA seed quality laboratory at Namdari seeds in Bangalore. This is also one of the best laboratory. These two are located in Bangalore. And coming to the other laboratories, this ISTA seed quality laboratory in Hyderabad, that is, it is with Nujivudu Seeds Limited, and they are also doing very good work, and it is also one of the best laboratory. Now, in the process, which are all the laboratories in the process, now there are 16, that is 8 in public and 8 in private sector laboratories who have to obtain the ISTA. They have got the ISTA certificate, membership. Now they are undergoing proficiency tests, and once they pass the proficiency test, and they will be accredited as the ISTA accredited laboratories. Here I have given the list. This is one is in Gurugram, that is Ashen Highway Limited, and Ajit Seeds, they are also trying. Then Andhra Pradesh Seed Certification Authority, this government. Then Bears also they are trying, and the East-West Seeds. Then, as I said already, Indian Institute of Seed Science. Then IRI. Then JK Agri Genetics. Then Kaveri Seed Company. It is also one of the best labs. Very recently I saw there. And National Seeds Corporation, they are also trying. Then the National Seed Research and Training Institute, that this one at Varanasi. and Akola. So these are the labs which are, and they are trying along with Rashi Seeds, then the Parvani government department, Seed Works International, and this Telangana State Seed and Organic Certification Authority, they got accredited. Now this has to go from here to there. And University of Agriculture Sciences, they are still in the process, and VNR Seeds also. And in addition to this, the ISTA allows the personal members to become the members of the ISTA. In India, there are 28 personal members of ISTA, out of which 12 personal members are from southern states, namely 2 from Tamil Nadu. Telangana is the, it is the seed valley, you can call. The hub of all activities are there. That's why 6 members. Karnataka, 4 members. Andhra Pradesh, 1. And now from Maharashtra, it is in between central India and some parts comes in southern parts. And there are 5 personal members. So totally there are 28 members, personal members. I have given the list of all the 28 members. So this is all about the seed testing laboratories, situation of seed testing laboratories in India. Now I would like to give some suggestions and way forward. It is my personal opinion. So, don't take this as an official. This is looking to the situation of seed testing laboratories. I thought I must give some suggestions, and if it is befitting, you can take. Otherwise, leave it. I have divided in different sections. One is administration and management. Here, what is happening with public institutions is frequent transfers are there. Seed testing laboratories, I'm talking. So avoid frequent transfers and posting from one place to the other place, and keep STL technical staff working continuously in the same laboratory for at least 3 to 5 years. During my survey, what I thought was, what I saw was, there was a lot of transfers. A person comes, the officer comes this year, next year he will not be there. If that happens, then it cannot be maintained. In my opinion, not only 3 to 5 years, at least the seed testing laboratory, the officers who are working there, you give promotions there only and keep them there only. That would be one of the best things, so that they can maintain it properly, the seed testing laboratories. All the STLs, that is seed testing laboratories, 130 or 140, whatever it may be, all the seed testing laboratories under the control of state agriculture universities and ICR institutes may be designated as STLs for quality assurance of nucleus and breeder seed produced by the public funded universities, institutes, corporations, federations, as in TNAU, which is concentrating on the seed quality testing of nucleus and breeder seeds of the notified varieties and hybrids. This is one of the important suggestions that I would like to make. I was very much impressed with the performance of the Tamil Nadu state government, and there, they are encouraging the agricultural universities to become the member of the STL, that is the state seed testing laboratory. And here, we have very good facilities. Just to give an example, I recently visited IHR and Bangalore, Indian Institute of Horticulture Research. Very good seed testing laboratory is there, but it's not notified. So they should make some efforts to notify it. There are numerous non-notified seed testing laboratories with many public institutions and private seed companies for internal seed quality assurance. And if a policy may be developed to audit the working condition of these seed testing laboratories and the seed quality assurance of these laboratories, and also some of these STLs with public institutes may be upgraded to notified seed testing laboratories, so that all the people concerned can take the benefit of it, and the expertise there and very good facilities are there, then why they should not be notified by the state? Only thing is that the concerned institute has to bring it to the notice of State Department of Agriculture, and they will come and inspect, and if it is satisfactory, then they will notify. This applies to all the states. For smooth functioning of seed quality assurance work, the Tamil Nadu model of establishing seed testing laboratories in each district this can be considered in other states also. In Tamil Nadu, there are 30 seed testing laboratories. Each district, they have given the lab. But in other states, there are only few. So this can help to see that the quality seed is, they provided to the farming community after testing. At present, approximately 300 seed testing laboratories, that is what I said, are notified across the country for carrying out the seed quality testing. This is based on, which I said already, 5% samples received from CSTL Varanasi under a retesting program from various notified seed testing laboratories, that is 300. But the notification of seed testing laboratory is not only done by the Central Subcommittee on Crop Standards Notification and Release of Varieties, but it's also done by State Department of Agriculture in each state. But only thing is that they have to inform to the CSTL, and by sending 5% of this seed, so that they can also be they should also be put in records, those who have not been mentioned. Hence, the list of exact number of notified seed testing laboratories are not available with NSRTC Varanasi. For better monitoring and coordination of seed testing laboratories in the country by NSRTC, a submission of 5% samples by all STL should be made mandatory for checking the uniformity status of seed testing. This is my recommend or request. And the possibility of variation in submitted samples to NSRTC may also be due to the difference is mainly because of substrata, whatever you use, the paper that you use for the germination and other things. That I think there should be uniformity in this. Then only you can do that. 1 minute. There's some problem. 1 minute. Yeah. Now, the notified seed testing laboratories for uniformity testing, sending of 5% seed samples to Varanasi, it should be made compulsory, so that you can have the record at one place at the nodal agency, all the seed testing laboratories. For internal seed quality control, the model followed by Tamil Nadu, I said already, a state level referral seed testing laboratory and grow out test farm may be established in each state. In Coimbatore, they have got very good seed testing, referral seed testing laboratory. All the 30 seed testing laboratories, they will draw 5% of the samples there and check for the uniformity. And also, they have very good centralized grow test farm, and this may be replicated in other states also. The development of regional referral laboratories for southern, western, central, and northern, and also northeastern hills region under the control of NSRTC as an apex body will ensure better seed quality control. particularly northeastern Silks region, with no good facilities for seed quality testing. I think they should try to establish good seed testing laboratories so that seed quality can be checked. Because of high humidity, the seed viability goes very quickly, and I think it is very much needed there. For effective monitoring and working conditions of STLs at a division level, the deputy director post covering 3 to 5 districts may be created, as in case of Tamil Nadu. So that is Tamil Nadu is a, I think it is a, I feel it is a model. 1 minute. It's not. 1 minute. Slides are not moving. Yes. And upgradation of the seed testing laboratory in each state as ISTA laboratory may be considered, and already the funds are made available to the by the central government, and each state should have to have one public ISTA laboratory. That would be better. A common platform or online network of laboratories in the country should be developed, which will aid in provision of latest updates and developments in the seed testing, namely the government orders, gadgets, or any other notifications pertaining to the seed testing. That will enable all the laboratories to immediately make the changes if there are any. There is a need to convene a meeting of all the STLs with seed testing laboratory located at Central Seed Testing Laboratory at Varanasi once in a year, so that they can discuss about bringing uniformity in its seed testing procedures for better results. Further, there is a need to convene a meeting of all ISTA members laboratories to study their problems and better coordination, because some of the public institutions who became members in 1970s are still not accredited by ISTA. This is the best example. So I think if we can have some meetings regularly, they can do that. And as I said, this both the National Seed Association of India and also the Federation of Seed Industries of India are interested to have work as a third party to establish a still, and if they is given to them, I think it is also worth consideration. What are the financial problems with respect to the seed testing laboratories? Allocation of timely release of funds from both state and central governments will help in effective working and proper maintenance of the seed testing laboratories. I think this is very important. Very good equipments are there, but chemicals are not there, and because of that, they are not being used. Revolving fund concept, just like what we have in our seed production programs with the universities, if this can be concept, if it is introduced, then that will help to meet the emergency expenses, running the cost of the laboratory. Then capacity building. Capacity building, I think I'll take under 2-3 minutes. Capacity building for upgradation of skills of seed analysts and personnel involved in seed testing. Job-oriented specific training programs may be organized at on highest priority for robust seed testing domain. This is one suggestion from my end, capacity building. And because the equipments are there, but they don't know how to use that. This is what I saw with the state seed testing laboratories. It is also suggested that a training of 5 days duration, primarily targeting for assistant seed certificate research officers, senior assistant testing officers, junior assistant testing officers, senior scientific assistants, junior scientific assistants, and equivalents may be implemented across 5 identified centers and to undergo the training. And also, wherever the good facilities are there, their training can be conducted. And laboratory staff should be trained regularly, nationally and internationally, in order to develop know-how on advanced seed testing techniques as per ISTA standards. Training is specially needed for the calibration of equipments. That's very instruments is very important. Operating and standardizing the instruments. So this is what just I wanted to suggest some of them, and also the some of the laboratories like the Coimbatore in public sector and American seats in private sector. They have very good facilities, and our people should go and visit and see that one. And also the training material is also very, very important. Seed testing manuals, handbooks of the seed testing was published in as old as is 1993. The latest updated manual duly having the information of the notified seed testing procedures for conducting analysis of transgenic crops or transgenic traits like cryogens, then other things should be made available to the seed testing laboratories. And also the infrastructure facilities, they should have to have their own laboratories. I have seen in some cases they are in rented houses and other things. And technical editing, I think, is very, very important. Technical editing of all testing laboratories by independent qualified experts may be introduced as in Tamil Nadu. It is there in Tamil Nadu. In other states, I did not see, so that can be introduced. A uniform audit pro forma and laboratory management system should be developed for easy audit of the laboratory in the country by national institutes like NSRTC. And introduction of monitoring and evaluation of accreditation of all the notified and non-notified seed testing laboratories will improve the quality and working condition of the laboratory. And also the use of standard equipments and seed quality assurance. This is also very important. Very good equipments are there, but they are not in a position to use. That also is, I feel, is very important. And some of these very interesting things, instruments I could see in near Rajabandri for separation of grains from paddy, and such equipment should be made available. That is very important. And the ODV's identification is very important, and DNA-based testing of genetic purity assessment, that is also, I think, is very, very important. And seed health, I think this is my last slide. Seed health, I give a lot of emphasis. No much work is being carried out anywhere, and if at all, it is here and there, but not in a coordinated way. So we should give more importance for seed health. Emphasis should be given for detection of seed-borne pathogens along with seed testing methods for domestic purpose, because of most of the pathogens are seed transmitted. In India, recent disease outbreak of agricultural crops warns us to bring necessary changes in seed health testing policy and procedures, as it is an utmost important step in seed production. Production of disease-free quality seeds can only check the transboundary movement of this pathogenic microorganisms and help in achieving sustainable crop production. I think this is very important. Standardization of seed testing protocols, working on economically important pathogens of quarantine importance is always a challenge to seed analysts, as both false negative and false positive detection can be possible many times during the lab-based detection. Detection methods may vary based on geographical specialization of the pathogens. Hence, molecular detection of new pathogens may be standardized for Indian races, strains, and pathotypes accordingly. Molecular markers for species and subspecies level detection must be developed, at least for identified emerging pathogens, and the same should be used in standard seed testing protocols. And also, I given some other suggestions. An effective farmer-friendly model should be developed to make available the quality seeds of improved varieties timely at affordable price, as I said. In tribal hilly regions, farmers' varieties also they are very popular, but they should be brought under seed chain, and also the seed testing should be system should be brought in. Development of modern infrastructure facilities for capacity building, as I said, research and development in some of the forage crops we are very much neglecting. That can also we should see. So lastly, Professor Swaminathan in 2009 said, second green revolution will depend on quality seed. And hence there is an urgent need to bestow attendance by policymakers and also the scientific community and everybody to promote healthy seed industry to achieve second green revolution through seeds. And in this regard, the seed testing laboratories role is very great. With this, I thank profusely to the organizers for providing me an opportunity to speak here. And also, I thank all the viewers for their cooperation. Thank you very much. Since I have to leave at 12 o'clock somewhere else, I thought I should complete my presentation. This is end of my show. And if there are any questions, one or two, you are most welcome. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for your wonderful talk. And you have beautifully, nicely described about the seed testing laboratory in India and also in Northeast. Unfortunately, we can say only two seed testing laboratories. I could hear from your lecture that is in Meghalaya and Mizoram.
Yes,
so,
yeah.
and then Assam. So there are a lot of potential is there for the northeastern region because there are a lot of biogenetic, resources and diversity which are existing in Northeast. So it will, your lecture definitely, it will be a motivation for the even entrepreneurs, seekers to start the seed industry and providing the quality seeds. And also we learned that from your lecture that ISTA is recognized a few private seed companies as well as this seed testing laboratory in Coimbatore. So very nice coverage, sir, you have given, and also that future plan also you have nicely said. Thank you very much, sir, for the nice lecture. And now I'll the participants, if you have any queries, and you can directly ask the sir if you have really any doubts and interaction. So I'll unmute everyone. Please, you can ask, or else you can also chat in the, you can type your questions in the chat box. You can ask the question now.
I could not find any questions in the chat, and or you can raise your hands and you can. No questions?
I think most of them are students are they are attending, and
Okay.
final years and third years and postgraduate students.
Okay,
They
sir.
were many are
there.
they
Yeah.
I think yesterday also they did not ask most of the questions. So if there is no question, I'll finally I request Dr. Priyanka, Assistant Professor Agronomy, College of Horticulture and Forestry, to say the final concluding remarks.
Yeah.
Sir, on behalf of the organizing committee, I would like to express sincere thanks and gratitude to you, sir, for finding out time from your busy schedule, and kindly you have agreed to, you have accepted our invitation to speak in today's session. Thank you so much, sir, once again. And I hope that in future also you will, sir, you will accept our invitation for future webinar and seminars. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much, and 100%. I very much oblige you anytime. And also, if your students, if there are any problems, anything, they can directly approach. I can send my email address also. And I'm very happy that you have taken a lead in this northeastern hills region. The awareness on seed testing laboratories, which is very much needed there. And certainly in your own lab at Barapani, I'm sorry, Pasighat, isn't it? No, you are in Pasighat there. I think certainly you should have to have your own seed testing laboratory. That would be very good. Even I can talk to the university administration in this regard. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thanks. So kind of you. Bye.
She'll meet in afternoon.
May I leave now? May
Yes,
I
sir,
leave?
sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
sir.
Please announce.
So I request all the participants to be there at 2:30 for the evening session at 2:30. Thank you, everyone.